Welcome to Randoms, the show where we dive into the randomness of life. I am your host, Mobno Ogochukwu, and always with me in the studio is Sharon
Yes,
Ajay.
of course.
Sharon, how are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. I want to say I feel my best today. And let me pick the word that says, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Like I'm the beholder,
You are the beholder.
I look at it,
indeed, and your hairstyle is really pretty.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Sharon. So we are excited to bring you a fresh take on the world, from the latest entertainment scoop to current issues, lifestyle hacks, and politics with a pinch of humor. Think of us as your go-to destination for real talk, witty banters, and laugh. We will tackle the serious stuff, but with a lighter touch. Our goal is to entertain, inform, and maybe even spark a few conversations. So buckle up, relax, and get ready for a wild ride of randoms. On this note, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll fill you in on the matter of the day. On randoms, we are starting on a sad note. The flash flooding that occurred on the 9th of September night, it was alleged that allowed down collapse, wreaking havoc across MMC and Jerry. Access remains restricted, with key infrastructures such as the Gwanje and Lagos Street bridges in Maiduguri collapsing or partially collapsing, loss of properties and lives. Although relief materials have been donated to residents of Maiduguri from the Nigerian Air Force to the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the United Nations, and also some politicians and even NGOs, amongst others. The federal government has explained the cause of the Maiduguri flood disaster, stressing that no dam broke as initially speculated. And according to the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Joseph Utsev, made the clarification at a briefing in Abuja on Friday, the 13th of September. Well, Sharon, I know you must have heard about this sad incident. We have seen loss of properties and lives, and some persons are still displaced, even government properties and infrastructures. What do you think? Because it's really, really heartbreaking. I got to see some pictures online, and I was not really happy about it.
First of all, I want to say I really sympathize with those victims, those that lost their houses. I think some few persons died as the result of from the result of the flooding and all of that. And I want to also applaud the president, the vice president, various governors and NGOs for giving relief materials and helping some other persons to displaced persons to get refuge and all of that. My question in all of this is, were they not aware that we're going to there will be a climate change? Because I remember that NIMET, during the heat season, they had lots of press release, press statement, lot of interviews, and all of that. They predicted that the rainy season, they predicted how the rainy season would be, the amount of rain that would fall, and all of that. I feel like the government probably did not take their prediction so seriously. They didn't take it with utmost caution, because if they had done that, NIMET even went as far as listing some states that might be at the risk of flooding.
Yes.
So they played their part really well. Really well. So I felt that I feel that the government would have taken from all of the analysis. They even did a dossier of how they can how you can avoid flooding in such areas, and in other areas that the flooding cannot be avoided, they start suggesting that they take out people from there and take them to another place, while when the rain and flooding comes, they will not be affected and all of that. The federal government should have actually taken a step, worked with NIMET and all of this wouldn't have happened. Because of course we're entering into the rainy season, and they knew about the climate change. So the climate change didn't come as a surprise or shock to them. It was something that was already predicted, and it's just really sad that some Nigerian citizens had to suffer, for the lack of government.
It's really
work.
sad. Something else again. Another thing we have to look at is natural disaster is not something we can plan for.
True.
I understand that NIMET did their best. Federal government tried to curb the rate at which people or states, some states are going to be affected by flood.
Yeah.
They already predicted it. There were several meetings and conferences concerning flooding this year. In fact, I think it's the world in general. I don't think it's just Nigeria. And, they went further to try to limit this flood and how it's going to affect us. But then again, we have to look at it from the other side of nature. Mother Nature, you cannot plan Mother Nature. Sometimes you can only reduce the risk, but you really can't say how it's going to come. And I think this one, nature just took its course at this point. So according to the minister, the Alau Dam located in Maiduguri, Borno State, remained intact. The minister said, we didn't actually envisage that the water level this year would be of this magnitude because of climate change. The downpour was in excess and the rivers could not actually contain the water. So more water than was expected spilled into Alau Dam and spilled over the dike. Alau Dam did not collapse. It was one of the dikes that could not hold excess waters coming from the tributaries, so it overflowed to the dam. So this flood disaster that affected Maiduguri and Jere areas of Borno State was largely due to overflow of water from Alau Dam, which is about 10 kilometers from Maiduguri city center, owing to massive inflow from Ngada River, a major tributary of River Yedzaram. Meanwhile, beside the Maiduguri flood, the minister warned that there is going to be serious flooding in the Niger Delta region and other southern states. Hence, the government and people should activate emergency measures to mitigate the impact. As we mourn the losses in Borno, Yobe, Jigawa, Bauchi, and other states affected by flooding, the attention of Nigerians is hereby drawn to the probable flooding on River Niger, Benue, and some of their tributaries. The daily flows on these rivers indicate significant increase in flow levels tending towards red alerts. This warning means that a large volume of water is moving through our rivers down to the Delta region. Therefore, we should increase vigilance on all ramifications and step up proactive measures to address any eventual flooding events in southern parts of the country. Well, this is the minister saying that means that it is not just Maiduguri that will be affected.
Yes.
He mentions a couple of
Yobe and
states, Jigawan and some other places that even have been affected on a low level, but that of Maiduguri was really, really high. But then he's also saying that there's still high risks for people in the southern part of the country. South, we have River Niger. That's a big river, one of the biggest river in Africa. And we have River Benue too. They all flow down to River Niger and they all go down to the southern part of the country. And he's saying that this is a red flag for people in that area. So I don't know. I think NIMET should also look into this again and try to mitigate this situation.
Exactly.
What do you think, Sharon?
You've actually spoken pretty well. And there's one thing to name out states that would be affected by flood, and there's another thing to actually put in actions. I feel right now Borno has been, the flood there has been so massive, and it takes the grace of God for those people to get their lands back. Now, for this kind of thing not to replicate itself in the various states that the minister has, listed, please and please, they need to start to put in action. You can't say we don't know that the downpour would be excessive and all of that. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. So when it's less, we know that, we were actually prepared. And when it's more, we know that we can actually mitigate it. And, we'll be free from all this, flooding and, deaths and all of that. So we should be fully ready. We know about it. So we cannot say we are not in the know. We are fully aware. But we need to put in action to make sure this kind of thing doesn't replicate itself anymore. And please, because if this kind of thing should happen, I don't want to say that the federal government might come out and say the rainfall, we did not know that the rainfall would be that excessive. No. You already know about it. And I'm very sure they worked with NIMET to be able to, list out the states that might be affected by flooding. So please and please, for this kind of thing not to happen again, because it's a terrible thing. Please and please, the government really needs to look into those states and look for ways to curb the inflow of water to
work with the
flood that environment.
arms,
exactly.
Just like NIMET. Okay,
yes.
so that's Sharon's own opinion, and it's very, very valid. The government needs to work with NIMET and every other arm that has to reduce the risk of flooding, and so as to reduce the loss of properties and lives, because I know government properties have been lost, private properties, and this is going to result to spending money trying to rebuild these properties and all of that. Anyways, I am saying rest in peace to those that lost their lives, and to the families that lost people. We are sending our condolences here from Randoms to you and the properties too, and we pray that God helps Nigeria. So we'll be going on a short break, and when we're back, we have juicy stories to tell you. So stay with us. All right, you're welcome back, and it's still your favorite show, Randoms, where we get to give you juicy and trending gist from the internet, and also from lifestyle and the politics and all there. So right now we are diving into a popular post by a popular actress known as Eniola Badmus. This post has sparked mixed reactions from her fans and even the public. On the 15th of September 2024, Eniola took to her page on Instagram to post about the achievements of the present government. Now, this is what the post was saying. And she says, our imports are reducing and our exports are increasing. That is a sign that our economy is expanding. For the year-to-year date 2024, our imports were 24.44 trillion naira, while our exports stood at 38.59 trillion naira. This gives us an unprecedented trade surplus of over 14 trillion naira in just 8 months. It has never happened in Nigeria, never. This is a refreshing shift from consumption to production. Well, this was her post initially, but then, trust Nigerians to also drop their own comments. And, well, some persons did not agree with the statement, while some others related to it. Well, we also took to X, formerly Twitter, to read about these people's reaction. But before then, Sharon, I'm sure you must have seen this post by Eniola Badmus.
Yes, I did.
It's everywhere on the internet.
Hey.
So please.
See the exclamation. I said, hey, I feel Nigerians are, hey God, maybe because it's actually from Eniola Badmus. Because if you really look at what she said, and if you're a business person, you know that what she said is actually correct. But I feel like because she's, I don't want to call who she supports.
It's not reflecting on our day-to-day life, Sharon. That's the truth.
Yes, that's what Nigerians are saying.
And that analysis is not reflecting.
True, you're actually very correct. But I feel like it's more, the thing is because it's coming from Eniola Badmus. I feel like it's because it's coming from Eniola. If it was coming from someone else,
yes.
In as much as it's not reflecting in our day-to-day activity, economy,
that much.
They might not even argue. They want to, go and probe and see.
It shouldn't just come from her. That's what
it shouldn't come from her. Because when you check, from the beginning, you understand. When you go back to her trajectory and everything, and you see who she supports, and you see who she's working with, and all of that, there's this part of Nigerians that are not still happy with her, and the candidate that she chose and all of that. But that is even, by the way,
well, everybody has a right to choose their candidate. It's not a problem. But then coming out to tell these hungry people that this is what it is.
When we cannot see it.
The papers.
The bad thing about it is we're actually, or rather, Nigerians are actually saying the opposite. You're saying that our import is lesser than our exports. But we are not seeing it in our economy. It's not reflecting there.
Someone actually asked her, when I had to look down all that comments, and somebody asked her, if you are saying our imports are even less, our imports are lesser than our exports are more, then your cars, please tell me, are they from Nigeria? Are they Nigerian-made cars? Okay, those bags you are holding, are they Nigerian-made bags? You know, there are so many comments concerning this whole thing. Well, I'll leave Sharon to fill us in on the comments from people concerning this post from Eniola Badmus. So Sharon, over to you.
Okay, let's dive right into some comment concerning the statement that Eniola Badmus said. Cars blogger says some is trying to do a job as special assistant and social event and public hearing. I guess he's trying to say Eniola Badmus is trying to do a job as special assistant on social event and public hearing to the Speaker of the House of Representatives of Nigeria. She is making a point though, if the exports are increasing, why are we not seeing the effect on our economy? John Jones says she's right. Nigeria exports in Q2, that's the second quarter, is over 14 trillion naira. At the moment, our exports supersedes what we import due to deflation of naira. Next is Flame Marcos. Flame Marcos says governance is not a straight line journey. It's a continuous process. When you truly work to make the lives of Nigerians better, you won't need an Eniola Badmus to shout about a 1-year drop of imports in a country where the purchasing power has been greatly diminished. I love this comment very much. I really love this comment. Well, that's the truth. But moving on, Lucas Ajayi says, economy is dying and some people are jubilating when there is no money to do businesses. Where would someone see money to import goods? With the rate at which Nigeria Naira loses value daily, businesses don't die finish. Nahim Kosa. Well, okay. Next we have Omokogi. Omokogi says, a working economy does not need PR. If it's working, the average Nigerian in the street will feel it. Moving on, Shisanabas, I hope I pronounced that correctly. It says the importations obviously reduced simply because the citizens' purchasing power has decreased due to the government further devaluation of naira. All right, next we have Simeon X. Simeon X says, Because Nigerian products are very cheap for those outside to buy, and the naira has lost value, so it's very hard for those in the country to buy from outside. Lastly, we have Temi Tokpe. Temi Tokpe says imports has fallen because there is no money to import again now, with the laughing emoji. And she further says, the question is, what is the value of our exports relative to the past years? Have exports really increased, or we are just capitalizing on the reduction in purchasing power that is reflecting in the lower imports? And that's what we have for you today on X comment. Of course, Ogochukwu made mention of the fact that if really the fact that our import is reducing compared to the export, then definitely the economy, it will show in the economy. Like we don't have to, just like someone said, we don't need a PR for an average Nigerian to be able to testify that we are really something is really going on when it comes to the the import and export duties and all of that. Oh God, what you have to say about this comment, because some of them are really hilarious.
If he didn't dare,
the
other person said you don't need a PR for a good economy,
exactly,
for a good government, a government that is doing well. And my question is, there are so many things that have happened since January to this time, especially the increase in fuel and scarcity and all of that, in fuel price and scarcity. And I've never seen Eniola Badmus
make comments,
because she's holding a very high position.
Exactly.
And she's working with the government for the people, not for yourself.
Exactly.
You get? So I've never seen her talk about these parts that are not good, that the people are complaining about. Like, for instance, 1st October, there was a protest, a nationwide protest concerning bad governance in Nigeria. And I was expecting things like this to come up. You are representing the people.
Exactly.
You are not representing yourself. If you sit down there, know that you are actually a servant to the people. You have to work for them. You understand? So I was expecting her to use her office very well, use your social media space very well.
Exactly.
Talk about it. Oh, okay, we understand that, okay, it's not going well, but please manage with us.
Very true.
Please let us, because the president came out and said this is a baby step. Let us take the baby step. Well, that is what he had to say. And we are all trying to take the baby step, whether we like it or not. And, you know, we are adapting. So if you are in this office, please use your office very well. Do not use it to mock people.
To think of the fact that she's even an assistant on public social events and public, in quote and unquote, public hearing is just really sad.
I don't think this analysis is what we need in Nigeria.
At this point, no, it's a good analysis. We are not disputing the fact that she's actually saying the truth and stating the facts. But at this point, there's something, at this point, Nigerians need to calm down. They need to calm down, and they need people that would talk, you know, speak sense, or would I use the word sense, permit me to use the word, to speak things to them that would make the positive things to them to make them calm down. Because this, what she says now, said now, is she's trying to say, okay, the complaining is well, this is my own interpretation, more like the complaining is too much, and this is actually what we've achieved. So why don't you focus on the achievements and less complaints? Well, people would not complain if they are seeing it, you know, still working in the economy. But the economy says different. The hike in transportation, the hike in fuel price states different. So what are we? What are we saying? What are we talking about? It's really sad.
It's very, very true. Nigerians don't want to hear all of those analyses. Like you said, they are facts. We know they are facts. We know these things are everywhere. We know, but we are not seeing it. It's not something we are seeing in our economy. It's not something we are seeing in our day-to-day lives, and they don't really want to hear this. So, if maybe next time, Eniola Badmus, this is my own. This is my own suggestion.
Listen to August's advice,
Sharon. So next time, please try to pacify the people. There are angry people everywhere in the country. You cannot tell me that the fuel increment is not hitting you, Eniola Badmus. You drive a car, you have a car, and you have families, you have friends that are also feeling this thing. So don't just come out just to come drop. We know, see, my mom will always say, when something is good, you don't try to fix it. It's already good.
Yes.
But when it's not, you look for the ones that is not good to try to fix. So we know that part. It's okay. Don't try to remind us. We know that's not the problem. Try to fix something that is not good. Please, Eniola Badmus. That is my own take. So next time, please use your social media page properly, just like you know, you hold a high office and everyone, so many persons are looking up to you and trying to listen to you. So please use it well for the good of everyone in Nigeria. Well, that's it on Randoms today. I hope you enjoyed it, from the sad event we had in Nigeria in Maiduguri flood and down to Eniola Badmus' statement on Instagram, and also comments we have on X. Just in case you missed today's episode of Randoms, do not worry, we got you covered. Just run off to YouTube and follow us on Global TV NG. Try to search for Random. You will see these two pretty ladies giving you the hottest gist of the week.
Yes, sir.
So that is it for us. And please follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG. Global TV NG. We are also on DSTV channel 365. Also try to watch all your up-to-date news and current issues and shows on DSTV channel 365. And from I and Sharon, we saying bye-bye.